we get a little bit better and we get a little more coordinated. And this is just kind of the next step in that evolution. We wanted to make sure that every captain, regardless of where they were, whatever team they were with, had some basic, same high-level information. So before we get started, we wanted to go through and do some introductions. So I'll start. My name's Ivy. I started volunteer. Let's see. So the first Comic-Con 2 years ago, I was an attendee, and I'm walking around with my son, and I see people in these volunteer shirts, and I thought, you can volunteer for this? So I looked into it, and so when I came around for the first FanX, I volunteered. I volunteered 1 full day, and that wasn't enough. So then we came around to the next Comic-Con, and I did the captain, where all of you guys are doing for a full day. And I was a captain in one of the panel rooms. There's quite a few panel room people here tonight. And then that was a lot of fun. So we came around to this last FanX, and my position was Volunteer Services Manager, I think is what the position was called, which was fancy talk for Erica and I. We do a lot of work behind the scenes, right? Absolutely. And then here we are again. So that's a bit of my background. We're going to go around and have everybody just say your name and what area you're going to be in. You don't have to go into that much detail. We have some of our managers here with us tonight as well, so they'll share the information, but pass it over to Erica next.
I have been here since the beginning. I got this email that we were all supposed to meet at the Salt Palace 2 days before the first Comic-Con, and we did, and there was no air conditioning, and we all got in lines and put our names on lists, and that was how we decided what we were doing. And just based on that chaos, that was about the way that whole first convention went. And thankfully, I'm so ADD that I loved it, and I've been ever since. The last Comic-Con, I only did pre-registration, and the rest of the time I cosplayed, and I'm also a panelist. And so I've tried doing just the convention, and it's super boring. I'd much rather do this with you guys. So last time I was the volunteer administration manager.
Which was fancy talk for a week.
We did a lot of stuff. We wrote the handbook. If you don't get something approved to post on Facebook, that was me. So just the basic online stuff. And then at the convention, I'm the one running around with an earpiece in each ear yelling at Ivy, answer your phone. And that's about what we do. So we're going to give it to Dale now.
Hi, I'm Dale. I'm one of the co-ADA coordinators and part of the interpreting team.
Chad, I'm on the Ninja team and golf carts.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was created so that Erica couldn't drive a golf cart anymore, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. that and the other cosplay girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had somewhere to be.
No, it wasn't. It was before all of that. They broke the golf cart before even the convention started.
Okay.
I'm John Roberts. I attended last year and had an interesting experience, let's say. And I became a volunteer at FanX for the full 3 days. And hopefully we've improved things. And I came back just because Rick begged me and said that.
Is that all it takes? Pretty much. Okay.
I'm Heidi Hansen, and I have been around since the beginning. I'm doing better help.
The whole time? Oh my goodness.
I love it. It's just amazing.
I'm Patricia Kramer, and this will be my first volunteer for Comic-Con. I volunteer for other organizations and events, Sundance being one, Capital, the ushers in the theater, teams in Salt Lake. Ivy gave me a call one day and says, you really need to come and do this. And I said, it sounds like a blast, so let's do it. So I'm here, and I think I'm in
You are in pals, and we're sisters.
Oh yeah, and we're sisters. And I got her going on the Sundance
That's
side.
right.
So,
That's right.
Yeah,
So it's like
we
equal
got
trade, right?
That's right.
I'm Lisa Williams-Cox. This will be my third Comic-Con event, and I also got into it because I volunteered for Sundance and was not at Comic-Con for the first one, but standing outside Comic-Con.
Oh.
And decided that maybe I could volunteer and help out.
Great.
And I have no idea where.
I know where you're at. in a panel.
Okay.
Because Rick said so.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
I'm Marion Slaw. This is my first Comic-Con. I, like these two, am very involved with Sundance and I was recruited by them to sign up. So here I am, and I have no idea.
You're in a panel.
I guess.
Because Rick said so. Or because Ryan said so.
Right.
That works.
I'm Alexis Merlette, and this is my first Comic-Con, but I'm on, but my mom and my stepdad are the managers of KidCon. So,
So you didn't have a choice.
they kind of, it was more like a voluntold.
Right.
And they, but I moved myself up into a captain position, and so I'm now a captain in the KidCon craft section.
Fantastic.
Oh, okay. My name is Marshall Williams. I am a KidCon manager. This is my fourth Comic-Con, or I get fourth event convention. I have been in KidCon the entire time. I love it. I get to play with kids all day. So that's, if you see me running around with little kids just playing, that's what I do. Come by and see us.
Come in, you're next. Come in and grab a seat.
Oh, I'm not really not catching. I was here. I'm somebody's guard.
Oh, you're not there. Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm grown.
here's
I'm Kirsten Billingsley. This is my third event. My first one was last fall that I managed the flexible assignment team for FedEx. And I'm special events manager for
You're next.
Rich Winners, I was on the front end of Jonathan's interesting experience that he had. So, so yeah, I do programming and AV.
Hey, John.
I'm John Drummond. Been from the beginning. First on, I was Saturday only volunteer. The first FanX, I was a czar, which I think was the equivalent of captain, which
Right.
right now. And then I was a captain for the last Comic-Con event. And then last FanX, I was the vendor floor manager. And this time around, I'm the fulfillment manager.
Okay, Melanie. It's family night, by the way. This is our cousin, Melanie.
I'm Melanie Mitchell, and I've done 2 events, both with response team, which was crazy, and I volunteered all 3 days to begin with, so and I'm doing that again. And,
You're on access this time.
I'm on access this time. Something solid.
Okay, great. Hi, I'm Casey Coleman, and I attended the first 2 cons, and then I volunteered for FanX, and then for special events and open events. Hi, I'm Virginia Small. This is going to be my third con. The first time I was just regular registration and forward industry. Last time I was special registration, and this time I'll be special guest registration.
Is that what Karina Barrett work was with you? Okay.
I'm Nathan Jacobson. This will be my first con.
Welcome.
Doing vendor hall, so I'm roommates with Julie, one of the managers. So
Okay, great. You made it.
made it.
You made it.
Check this out.
Nice.
There was a CD. Those little things like.
There's 2 of them. I passed it too. There was one in front of the vehicle and one behind the vehicle. I have no clue how they
on the
got-
highway?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it too.
Where'd you work?
Wow.
Spanish work.
So I live in Springville, but my name is Skylar Stevens. This will be my 4th event. First event, I walked in and said, "Hey, I heard you guys need help." And they're like, "Yeah, maybe." And so I was stuck there every day from opening close, helping them do this. So the first time I just did like whatever the whole time, just running around walking everywhere, and then czar, captain, I don't know, I can't remember, like just all, the response team is usually what I've done the last couple of times.
And that's what you're doing this time again, right?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm Mandy Wood. This is my second
Event.
There you go. I worked in customer service last time at the main info booth, and I really enjoyed it. I was having kind of a little of everything. And yeah, now I'm doing the program mechanics.
Oh, great.
So very excited.
I'm Brittany. This will be my second time working it. I've been to a bunch of the other events, so I think it was on your person team. I ended up there after being shoved around a bunch, but it was super fun, and so I'm really excited to be a part of access control this time around. Thanks.
Monique Ariano. I haven't missed a con or a day at any con, but I thought I'd volunteer for the last one, so I did, and I loved it.
Do you like the volunteering better than the attending? Me too. Me too. We'll skip over you, the designated driver.
This is my daughter, my driver.
See, family night. Okay, back up.
Hi, I'm Melissa Matheson. I attended the first con only on Saturday. Had a really fun time. I missed the mechanics. And then one of my friends suggested I should volunteer, so I volunteered the second Comic-Con. Mechanics. And so we have panels.
Rick says sure. If you weren't, you are now, because yeah, that works out. That's how it works.
I'm Molly Johnson. This will be my first time volunteering. I went to the con last September, and with all my kids and my husband, and we had a blast. It was so much fun. I'd never been to it before, and it was just awesome. So when I saw you volunteer, I tried to volunteer for FanX, but I don't think I would have got quite. Yeah. So then I was like, oh, I'll try this.
And here you are.
I get to do this.
We like you so much. You're a captain.
I am doing fulfillment and
Okay, great. James?
James Palmer with Access Control. It's my first time volunteering, but I haven't attended other than the first FanX, first Comic-Con. Everyone else other than that. So that'd be it.
My name's Jeff. So I've been to both Comic-Cons and events, and then this is my first time volunteering, and I saw the Facebook post and thought, oh, what the hell? Sounds like fun.
And which area are you in again?
I'm Access.
You're Access as well. That's what I thought. Okay.
Brent Robinson. I've attended Comic-Con since that first crazy Saturday, the very first event, where it sold out. I volunteered for the first, I've been attending ever since, and then I decided to volunteer for the FanX, this previous one in January, just because. And now I've upgraded up to captain for a panel room. Don't know which panel room yet, but.
Nobody knows which one yet. Rick leaves that till the absolute last minute.
So we could basically.
Right.
Chris
Yeah.
Evans.
Hey, Chris.
Christopher Scher. I attended every day of every event. Really good friend with Johnny Sloan, who is the Rotex, and he suckered me into helping manage last Comic-Con in the registration area and stuff. So
We adopted him. That's what I told you earlier today, right? Okay, great. Is there anybody else out there waiting to come in? Come on in. Now everybody's staring at you. Tell us your name and what area you're captain in. Michelle, hiya. I am fulfillment.
Yes.
Do we have your name on our list?
It's Weaver on there.
Oh, okay, but it's really PADIA. Okay.
I got married.
So she run off and got married.
I should make that look like an A and not like some messed up N or something. Okay, so we're gonna do this one recorded. Are we live now or
Have been the whole time.
We have been the whole time. Hi, everybody. Huh?
Tell them to get something to eat.
I tried and they all just sat there. So you guys want to get something to eat?
I say, so if anybody's ever made Laura angry, you know how
Laura, you have to
badly you
introduce
need to
yourself.
get up and get some food.
But you're going to introduce yourself anyway.
I'm Laura.
She's the honorary person that brought
I'm
the
the
food.
honorary person that brought the food. You better eat it.
So go ahead and get food while we get started. So we're doing this on a Google Hangout. We've got a little webcam here so they can see the slides as we go through them. I'm warning you ahead of time. I've got a tendency to talk fast. So if for some reason I go too fast and you need me to slow down, please let me know. But again, this is just going to be some general overarching information. Don't be afraid to ask questions as you go along, especially if this is your first time volunteering for a convention. Do you want me to reach there? Are you my button pusher? Okay. First thing, we just want to say thank you so much. We know you have many things that you can choose to do with your time, and you're choosing to volunteer with Comic-Con, and we just really appreciate that. You're going to set the tone for the overall volunteer effort at this convention. So if you've got a good, upbeat, positive attitude, that's going to spread. At the same time, if you have a negative attitude, that's going to spread, and it will spread faster. So hopefully we're going to give you enough tools between tonight and between what you're going to get through trainings with your managers that you're going to feel well equipped to take care of situations as they arise so that you don't become grumpy, right? Okay. Brian Brandenburg, who is the co-founder of Salt Lake Comic-Con, customer service is a big thing for him. He's always mentioning all the time to all of us on the management team. Customer service is our absolute first #1 top priority. We want to make sure that everybody that comes to this convention has a top quality experience. Some things to think about when it comes to customer service: make sure you're smiling as much as you can. Listen. A lot of times when people have a complaint or an issue, they just want somebody to listen to it. Last week, one of the captains in the back said, Ivy, do you remember last year when that lady was really upset about XYZ? He says, no, not really. Did I just smile and listen to her? She goes, yeah, you did. So a lot of times that's all it really, really takes. And be patient, especially by the time we get to Saturday. People are going to be asking you questions that you have heard a gazillion times already. But remember, it's still the first time that they're probably asking that question. Focus on solutions. We don't ever want to hear anybody volunteer throughout the entire organization say, geez, man, I don't know, good luck. We want to make sure that we're going to help people come to a solution, move it up the chain. We'll talk about some of that later. Never walk away. Find someone with the answer that you need. You're going to learn that we have information booths set throughout the entire convention. At some point, Erica's going to post a picture online pointing out where those are. As your last resort, if you don't know the answer, walk that person over to the information booth, and they're going to know where to find the answer for that person. We already said that one. Never say I don't know. Body language. Have good body language. You send a very different message if you're standing like this versus having a more open approach and a concerned look on your face. Making eye contact when they're talking to you is also very good. It helps show that you're interested in what they have to say, even if you're not interested. No. Use the chain of command. We've got a slide coming up. We'll talk about that in a moment. If you have somebody that has an extensive issue that's just going on, or if they're particularly negative, you're going to want to pull them aside away from the rest of the crowd if possible. Longer conversations, or if they're getting negative, you don't want that negativity to spread to everybody else around them. Never judge a book. Oh, what? Don't touch them. Oh, come over here with me, but don't touch them. Guide them. That's a really good word. Guide them over the side. Thanks, Greg. Do you want to come up and finish?
No, I had.
You're good?
I had an incident with that.
Okay. That's true. Don't touch. Never judge a book by its cover. We don't know somebody's background. We don't know where they're coming from. We don't know what kind of a day that they've had. So make sure we treat everybody with the same level of respect, and that's something you're going to want to communicate down to your volunteers. And I already mentioned utilize the information booths. A little bit of background information about volunteerism in Utah. We are so lucky we live where we do. Almost 50% of residents in our state volunteer. We're the #1 state in the nation for volunteer hours, and we've been that way for a long, long time. The #2 state is Idaho, and we have a number of volunteers with our organization that come down from Idaho for this event. We have a couple of captains that are from Idaho as well. So when you take a look at in just 2013, close to 1 million residents volunteered donating a total of 154 million hours of service. That's incredible. And that's not even when we have an Olympics. Sure, when we have the Olympics, it was quite a bit higher. Volunteer time is worth $3.5 billion in 2013. Per person in our state, we average 75 hours of volunteer time. That's incredible. And then the very last one, there's an organization, I can't remember the name of it, but they assess a value to volunteer hours in every state. And in Utah, it's $22.65. So think about the 2 hours you're spending here tonight. You just donated $45. Think of the time that you're going to donate doing some information at home on your computer, reviewing information, the all hands meeting, and the actual event yourself. Think about all those dollars and all the hundreds. How many volunteers have we got again? Total? Over 1,000, right? Mm-hmm. Between all of the different organizations. Like 985 or something. So you think of all of that and the potential volunteer hours they're putting in and how much money that is. Now think if we didn't have a volunteer program and we paid everybody to run this convention, how expensive those tickets would be to attend Comic-Con. It'd be astronomical is what it would be. So we are a huge integral part to the success of this overall organization. Go ahead, Erica. So why do people volunteer? Let's ask them how, oh, and my son made these really cool stickers, so if people talk and share, I can give you a cool sticker. So what are some reasons that you guys volunteer? Anybody want to share a reason? Chad?
Have fun.
To have fun. Are you a brown coat? So like Star Wars, are you a Potterhead, or are you a Hobbit?
Hobbit.
You're a Hobbit? Hobbits are almost a Hobbit. Give yourself a Hobbit sticker. Okay, what's another plan?
I came actually from a family that was taught to volunteer. We grew up that way.
Seriously,
we grew, yes, huh? And we grew up that way, and it just seemed like it's extremely natural.
Extremely
A natural thing to do.
What do you want?
I want
You don't care if you take a Jedi sticker. Okay, one more back row.
I know I said like, I saw like a Facebook post and said, oh, what the hell? But I really wanted to kind of give back to the like, nerd culture.
Because it's given so much to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Which bag do you want?
What did you say they were?
Brown coats, Potterheads.
Brown coat.
Brown coats. I think we're down to only one type of brown coat sticker, so only true brown coats know what that is, right? You know, oh, dear. Okay. Oh, do we want to share one more, Dale?
I'm volunteering because Rick told me to.
Then there's that. Do you want a sticker? Okay, let's go to the next slide. Lots of reasons people volunteer. This is word for word out of Brandenburg's mouth as fast as I could type as he was talking. So the mission of our organization is to build a family of volunteers that inspire lifelong community, make helping fun, and create magical moments with everyone they meet. That's creating.
On the ground. I slid in on the last second.
Right down there on the right?
Yep. Laying on the ground.
I'm in the back somewhere. But Brian really wants us to have a family type environment and a family type feel. Again, this is word for word almost out of Brian's mouth. The goals of our organization: deliver a once in a lifetime experience for our fans. He says once in a lifetime experience frequently. Each volunteer represents Salt Lake Comic-Con in a professional manner. We are going to be relying heavily upon you guys to help make sure that the volunteers that you're working with, if they're not doing this, to coach them how to be more professional over the course of those 3 days. Train volunteers how to deliver answers and know how to utilize the information booths to get answers to difficult questions, solve that problem all the way to the end. That information booth thing is huge as well. That's what they're there for. And the information booths, they have a direct line to Salt Lake Comic-Con staff. So they can solve anything once we get it to the Comic-Con staff. Build the best volunteer program in the Comic-Con world. San Diego is known for having a waiting list to be able to volunteer for their program. We hit that this year. We have a waiting list now, so we just want to keep making it that cool, right? Isn't that exciting? We're not begging people anymore. We're like turning them away. Okay. These are things that our organization values. We'll do some more interaction. Who wants to, when you read them, say we value first, otherwise the sentence makes no sense. So who wants to read the first one? Go ahead, Brittany, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We value all types of volunteers and believe we have a role for everyone that is willing to work hard to represent the organization.
What sticker bag do you want? Brown coats. Like I said, we'll know if you're a true brown coat if you're a PSS sticker. Oh. Okay, you want to read the next one?
We value service and believe in giving back, not only to the volunteers who work with us, but also to the community by helping with Salt Lake Comic-Con sponsored events throughout the year.
What bag do you want?
Let's do conference.
Okay. So over here, Alexis?
We value providing volunteers opportunities to learn and grow through experiences they receive at Salt Lake Comic-Con events.
Anybody in here participate with street team events this summer? Lisa did. That's part of that giving back. We had some street team events that were fundraiser events that we were there to help be a official sponsor of. So that falls right into that exact same thing right there. I'm going to Potterhead. Pass off Potterhead bag on down. Okay, who wants to go the next time? Lisa?
We value opportunities where people can share their talents and expertise.
What bag do you want?
Brown coat.
Brown coats. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. We value each and every individual who donates their time as a volunteer.
We want to really make sure that you guys help make sure all the volunteers you work with feel appreciated. Thank them for their time. Make it a fun environment. We don't want to focus so much on being bossy so much as making sure they're having a good time. Okay, next slide. Let's talk a little bit about communication, how important it is. Here's our chain of command. So down there at the bottom is the volunteers. Right above that's the captains, which is all of you. And then several captains work in an area with the manager. Some of our areas have one manager, some of them have a team of co-managers, and some of them have managers and assistant managers. It just depended upon the unique needs of that particular part of the volunteer setup of the program. And then we have the senior managers. We have 6 of those. We are 3 of them. In addition to us, there's Emily Farr, Heidi Dunfield, and Lena Brandenburg. And so you'll be interacting with them at some point, I am certain. And then Brian's the top dog. And then this chart also shows that the managers, senior managers, and Brian all have a direct communication link with the Salt Lake Comic-Con staff. So again, if you've got some sort of problem that you don't have the tools to solve at your level, get it to the information booth is the easiest, or to your manager, depending on what's the closest way to get that solved wherever it needs to be. Do you guys want to add anything to that? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Their pictures are on the Facebook page. I don't want to hear, oh, I didn't know who Lena was. That's why I told her to go stuff it when she wanted into the panel room. I don't want to hear that, please.
Say your awesome face.
Everybody, what did you say? This is an awesome face. Know this face.
I said that on everybody.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't feel special anymore.
That was the intention.
So in my day-to-day full-time job, I work for the health department, and part of my job is emergency preparedness. And so I do a lot of FEMA trainings, a lot of FEMA stuff. I stole this from FEMA. So you guys are getting some FEMA training here. So after tonight, you can tell people you know all about FEMA. They have a thing called the incident command system, and it's what they use nationwide. When I say they, anybody who does emergency response across the nation uses the incident command system to respond to large-scale emergencies. Well, they say you can also use the incident command system to plan large events, such as like what we're doing right now, Salt Lake Comic-Con. So one thing I wanted to share out of their trainings is there's 2 types of communication. There's formal communication is the first kind, and that's communication where you're going to utilize your chain of command. That's for giving assignments, receiving assignments, reporting back on those, requesting resources that you need. If you need more people or more stuff, if you're doing something that you have supplies of some sort. You want to utilize a chain of command to reduce communication challenges. Because if you're keeping it there, people are going to know what needs to be known. Any information you have that you think needs to be known by a large group of people, you should also use formal communication and run that through your chain of command. Informal is non-critical information. So let's say that I say, Marin, hey, how many people did, I don't choose the dumb hammer example. Hey, can I use that hammer? Can I borrow your hammer? It would be absurd for me to run that request up through my chain of command and then get it back down to her and they say, hey, Marin, will you have ID that hammer? So use your head, think, okay, is this just that we don't want you to think, oh my gosh, I have to ask permission for everything. If you think it's something that needs to be known by a large group of people, march up and down the chain. A couple of weeks before the convention, we're going to email out to all of you a 1-sheet piece of paper that has the names and phone numbers of every captain in every area of the convention. The reason for that is sometimes you may have somebody there that you're trying to help that has a question that you don't have the answer to, but you know the fastest thing would be to just call a captain in that area and ask them. So we'll make that available to you to help give you more resources to empower you to solve problems right there on the spot as much as possible. Of course, if it's something you can't get the answer for, you take them to the information booth, right? When we send those out, please don't print them. The last thing we want is one of these to be left on the floor somewhere in the convention hall and somebody picks it up and they start prank calling all of the captains. That would not be good. So we encourage you to leave it electronically on your smartphone devices. And if you don't have a smartphone, you probably weren't
And if you're deaf, that problem just goes away.
What was that?
If you're deaf, that problem just goes away.
No, you can text them.
No, you could. You could. Okay, enough about that. Let's go to the next slide. What time is it?
32 after.
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Different communication tools you have. This week, we have started setting up volunteer Facebook groups. Some of you may have already been added to one. Is the programming one done?
Been there for.
But are all of these guys added to it?
Yeah, the ones that have.
Okay.
If you haven't done
So anyway, that's one way that we can communicate with our volunteers is through Facebook. There's also direct messages through Facebook is a great way to get information. I know there's several people in here that I have direct messages from for one reason or another. Email. All of the managers and senior managers have a an official Salt Lake Comic-Con email address that you can send information to them from, or back and forth, vice versa. I said about the captain list already for the day of the convention. We have some radios, but the use of this is very limited. Only certain people will have them. Some captains will have them depending on where you're assigned to. Laura introduced us to this app called Zello. It turns your smartphone into a walkie-talkie. It's pretty darn cool. We're leaving it up to individual teams if you think that would be helpful in your team to download that app and utilize that for communication between captains and managers primarily. Look into it. We've practiced using it. You guys also practiced with Emily. I think the coolest thing about it is you go, like, let's say these two, we've already discussed we're going to have a group between the three of us. If I'm talking with somebody at the convention, helping them, I may not hear the conversation that's going on with the walkie-talkie app. After I'm done helping whoever I help, I can go back and it records it and I can listen to the whole conversation I missed. I think that's pretty sweet. So if you guys in your individual teams want to look into that as an option, suggest you go ahead and try it. Okay, next slide. If the managers get their schedules done in time, you should all have an opportunity to see all the different volunteers that are going to be working in your particular area you're in before our all-hands meeting on September 12th. That is the hope. We encourage you to reach out and say hello to those people. Chris. Sorry. What's the second roll? Hurry, hurry, hurry. You just dropped all your snacks on the floor.
That's it, the whole meeting.
Anyway, we encourage you to reach out to them through Facebook and just say hello. Say, hey, I'm excited. I saw that I'm going to be working with you next week. I'm looking forward to meeting you. That simple little reach out and action of saying hello really does a lot, especially for first-time volunteers. They're more likely to show up to their shift, first of all. They're not going to feel as timid being in such a large environment, and they might even recognize a friendly face. You guys want to add anything to that? Okay. Okay, now we're going to see how many of you actually in the big giant email you got looked at the links and read some of the information. And we'll keep going through the stickers till we're done. Okay, first one.
Hey, sorry, I need the sticker.
Oh, do you need one? You're right, you read and I think okay, so what is RFID? Anybody have an idea? Scarlett has an idea. Tell us about it.
It's the wristband that has the electronic thing in it that we can scan through people boxes.
Okay, Chris, want to tell us the rest of the story?
Radio frequency and
Okay, so we implemented this program in January. And so everybody, all the attendees, they have a wristband with a little chip in it. That's how they scan into the convention. They scan out. It has all of their information on it once they've registered, their name, what all that they purchased. And if somebody steals their wristband, we can or if they lose it, we can deactivate it and give them a brand new one so somebody can't get into the convention without paying. It's pretty slick, pretty cool. Should we say anything else about those? Okay.
Everyone should have one.
Everyone should have one.
Sorry, I have a question, because it said you can, issue them if you want to previously activated. What about if one hasn't been activated already and they lose it?
Same thing, because what it is when it's given to somebody, they keep track of the number when they send it to them, so they can still deactivate it.
They have it registered online in their database, it says. So if for some reason it's not working, they can look them up by their name, they'll have the package and it's been activated. Then once they add them into one, it'll shut off any other ones that are pre-existing so that they can't duplicate.
Okay. There's a difference between a VIP pass, a gold pass, a multi-pass, and a single day pass. Brittany. What'd you say, more expensive? Somebody always says that. He's going to be the guy this time. You're going to be the guy that says whatever someone else has said all the times. Okay, Brittany?
So the single day, just for a single day, get you into the actual event. Multi, obviously, will multiple days. Gold, you'll have more access to, or isn't it like just the vendor floor that they have first access to?
Correct.
And then it's sort of the same for panels and whatnot.
Sort of the same how?
The access will be the same for gold members for panels, so like the lines, no?
You're close. I think you're just saying it in a different way than I don't think.
Explain to me that.
So that's okay. I think what you're trying to say is gold will have the same access as a multi-pass. Is that what you're trying to say?
To the panels.
Okay.
And then VIP will get.
What are the vendor for? Vendor access and vendor for, right?
Correct. Right, what she just said.
But the VIP has better access to everything, essentially.
But it also has early entry.
Right. Okay, so let's put that up there. It's kind of small, but basically what she said, single day, 1 day entry pass into the event. Multi-pass, you can go all 3 days, in and out as often as you like. Gold pass, you have a 3-day pass, and then you get a couple of perks. You get some money towards, what is it? Okay, a 1 hour early entry into the vendor hall. What they do first thing in the morning is they line up everybody who has a VIP pass. They get to go in first, and then the gold group gets to go in second. So they get 1 hour or 50 minutes or 45 minutes. But it goes in pretty quick, like 5 minutes difference between the two. Early entry. They get a collectible badge, special badge they get to wear, and then some merchandise. VIP is our highest level. So they get what everybody else gets, plus they get an express line for autographs, for photo opportunities with celebrities, and they get preferred entry into panels, but not preferred seat. Anything else? Did I get it right? Woohoo! And you can't touch them. Can't touch them. Okay. Do you want to say anything else about these groups? Okay. And VIP gets a couple other stuff. Do we offer discounts?
Question.
Oh, question.
Will the colors be the same for the different, or the different fans? Will that identify them by color as whether they're VIP, whether they're
Same colors as January, I believe. Same colors as January?
Should be, yes. They've got purple for VIP, orange for gold. And,
White for everything else. So that means single day and multi-day both have white.
They have
But-
stickers.
But they could take it off.
Sure. But it would
It'll
identify
scan.
it.
So,
Yeah, if they
green
try
for
to
volunteer?
fake it, it'll show it.
White for volunteer.
Volunteers will have white RFID bands this time.
Oh, not green. Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay, discounts. Do we offer discounts? Yes.
Yes, for military and first responders and students.
And teachers. Sorry, baby. All right, we'll pop it up. Students, teachers, first responders, military veterans, and seniors over the age of 60. You have to have identification so they can say online when they buy their tickets, they have that, but when they come, they need to show it. And Chris is chomping at the bit to say something.
And according to Brian Renford, volunteers.
Oh, there was a code that Brian made available online. Right. So Chris could probably give this lecture as good as Erica, but I like when Erica gives it.
Which one?
About the military one.
Oh, okay.
We have so many to choose from.
Right?
We are down to
We've
brown
had
goods.
veterans turned away because they don't have a military ID. The problem with that is they don't have a military ID. Their driver's license will say veteran. They can get a VA card if they're super enthusiastic. If they're super enthusiastic, they could bring their DD 214. But in the end, if somebody walks up and tells you they're a veteran, please do not look at them and go, "Sorry, man, you don't look like a veteran to me." Just remember, customer service is more important, and especially with groups like this, sometimes ID is a little different, especially depending on who you're dealing with.
We have enough military access control that could identify if they wanted to.
That's Celebrity Road.
Okay, and then you're all over that with, really the people that are gonna have to deal with this emotionally, people that work directly with Chris, so.
Don't make anybody mad, Chris.
I do every day.
No, not this time now. You went to training.
Okay, next one. Are children free? Heidi. What?
8.
Oh, is it 8?
It's 8 now.
Okay, but they can get 2 for a paid ticket.
Okay, what kind of a paid ticket?
What was it?
An adult.
Adult, sorry.
Not a
Adult.
youth with an adult ticket. Okay. Yeah.
Now, are they haven't gotten them already, now they're not, right? So now.
That's a really good point, because today is what? August 25th, right? And the cutoff was August 24th.
It actually got moved to September 1st.
Oh, it did? When
It
did that
did.
happen?
Post today.
Well, I was in meetings all day, so I missed it.
Well, you need to get on
September 1st is the
Facebook
new-
more because nobody has time to catch you up.
What was that?
I said you need to get on Facebook more. No one has time to catch you up.
There are 3 posts on Facebook about that.
Right?
Okay,
So after that, it's $5 for kids?
Yes.
$5 with a caveat.
Caveat, if they come to the door with their children, it will actually be $15 a piece. But do not turn anyone away that freaks out because their kids aren't free. Go ahead and let them in and just remind them that, things were done a little differently this time. And it was supposed to be $15 a piece at the door if that's when they paid for it. But don't send anyone away. And some of our people are dedicated enough, they might send their children out into the streets just so they can go in. Just let them come in.
And Chris, this is going to be mostly your area. Lena has expressed, and I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to her about this, that she's really concerned about this and about how their perception and how upset some people may be because it's always been free in the past. So your guys are going to be using your best discretion. You may just be handing out some wristbands from time to time instead of collecting $5 or $15. So whatever is going to make the most sense for you. Yeah.
So the 15 is when they're buying tickets for the adult and the children at the door.
There's a $10, any ticket bought at the door is $10 more, including those $5 children ones. So how it worked initially was if you got your adult ticket before the 24th of August, now it's the 1st of September, you could register and request 2 child tickets. But if you didn't notice that and you failed to request the 2 child tickets, when you arrived, they would be able to pull up your order, see that you bought it before the magic date, and give you those 2 child tickets. But because they decided after that to charge $5 more, so you could buy the $5 ones online too. It's like if you had more than 2 children under the age of 8. But if you wait and do it at the door, there's a $10 increase on all of those.
Gotcha.
Okay. Dale.
John, actually.
Oh,
I'm
John.
Dale.
John and Dale. Oh my gosh.
That's John.
John Roberts.
It's
Roberts?
because we look alike.
Roberts?
Yes.
No, it's because I'm dumb.
Well, we weren't going to say
John, you just call me John.
Okay, John, got it.
So $5 and $10, is that single day, multi-pass? Does it depend on what the adults purchased, and the wristbands? What?
For what?
These are sold out. So that's not gonna happen.
Or about making a gold pass.
I think it's dependent upon, I'm just gonna take a stab here, it's dependent upon what the adult purchased. If the adult purchased a single day, then the child's gonna only get a single day and it'd be $5. if the adult purchased a multi-pass, the child would be $5 to go with them on the multi-pass.
And the kid wristbands are just the little cheap paper wristbands that
They
parents
are.
write their numbers on there.
Right.
So they're not their,
Children are not.
okay, that one's.
Do we
Here's-
cover, oh, go ahead.
He actually asked a question as I walked by and instead of answering. No, it's actually not being advertised well. To be perfectly honest, it took me, I clicked through a couple of FAQs before I actually got to where it said it. So they're hoping, a couple of the staff members are hoping to do a big push to advertise that, but no, right now it's not being advertised. People do not know unless they've actually clicked through the FAQs and read it. They don't know.
So is there, I know we're going to just ask you guys this later, but is there any way that you could put like a banner with some licenses?
I hope so.
Because that would definitely, if they see it right there, it back up the policy rather than say, hey, there's no rings.
Nobody told me. Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, did we, oh, yeah.
What about like babies, car seat or strollers and stuff like that?
Just leave it in the car.
Let it go.
Everyone
Let it go
under
back,
8
or-
free? Can you say that? Everyone under 8 years old free?
It is, and they still count as a child. I mean, in the grand scheme.
You
So-
never like sneak a kid inside the stroller.
Yeah, and you can
You've seen
sneak
those
4
photos
friends
on
into the
We'll let
drive-in in the
registration
trunk, but it
work
doesn't mean you
We're
should.
good at identifying families when they're up there. We're fine.
Okay. If you see a kid without a wristband on in the middle of the convention center, just let it go. Just let it go.
Oh,
Don't
come
touch
on.
them either.
No, only Rick touches.
If you got some, just go get and give them one.
So go ahead and hit it again. I think we've touched upon. Oh, okay. See, that's how well we did. Can you?
Yes, we did.
So if somebody asks you, "Can I give
I
my
passed that.
wristband to a friend?" What's the answer? No. No. Ever? Before you what? Okay, before Comic-Con starts? Okay, what if you've already registered for yourself before the convention
If
starts?
it's
Can you
not
give it to
yet
someone else?
activated,
You can give them your printed QR code, or you can hand them the wristband. And if you've actually already registered it to your name online, you just need to email the guys, the Girl Scouts, and say, hey, we're changing it from this person to this other person. As long as it all happens before the convention starts. What is that?
Once they put it on the wrist, though, they're like, come on, so they can't.
Right, but you could probably ask for that one to be deactivated and to pick up another one at registration, right? Okay.
And we did that last time.
All I have left are brown coat stickers. So if you answer a question and you want a brown coat sticker, just tell me. Otherwise, I'll just stand here and hold them. Okay. Are there refunds?
I just said hell no.
Nope, there's not. Actually, I'll just put them up here. You can grab them at the end if you want some. Okay, no refunds. You can sell the ticket to someone else, or you can gift it to someone else. That's what we do with ours. We gift them. We're nice people. Yeah.
Use the term no refund as a last resort. If somebody says, can I get a refund? Don't look at them and go, absolutely not. No, we don't do refunds. Say, you know what we prefer to do is to have you use it towards, I mean, whether it was a different photo op, a different autograph, whatever. And as you're giving them this spiel, just mosey them on over to the photo op or autograph booth and let them deal with it.
Right.
But don't just look at somebody and go, sorry, no refunds.
Solutions.
Yes, try and ease them into using it towards something else as you pass them off to the people who actually are going to tell them no refunds.
That's a good point. Is there a difference between if I'm going to the convention and I have a printed ticket or I have the QR code on my smartphone? Is there a difference? No. The only thing to think about, especially with photo ops, is if you're going to go in with your smartphone, encourage people to take a screenshot of it before they go inside, because cell phone reception can be tricky in different parts of the convention, especially over in the photo op area, just in the deep dark recesses of the corner. Okay. If I have a VIP pass and my friend Laura has a multi-pass, can we both go in an hour early together? Nope, just me. She has to wait outside.
Yep.
I brought the treats.
I don't care. You have to wait outside because
You never bring anything I can eat. You're lucky I don't leave.
I brought the cheese.
Oh, that's true. She can come.
And I
So if I've got a VIP pass and my friend Laura's got a multi-pass, can she go into the ballroom with me early? No. If I've got a VIP pass and she's got a multi-pass and we are going to get our photo with Ian Summerholder, can she go in the fast line with me?
Yes.
Yes, that's the only place VIP people can have tag-alongs. Okay.
What if your VIP and your kids are single day? Last year we had it happen, so I'm just
For like panel rooms or vendor hall?
doing whatever.
I don't know the answer to that question. Do you guys know the answer?
Yes, you're the worst follower in the world.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say
you.
Or the smartest.
All right, for vendor hall, the answer is no. We don't care. Actually, for children, the ones that have the little papery wristbands, you'd be fine. But somebody actually, one of the safety guys, they actually had someone he had a VIP, his fiance had a multi-pass, and she was not allowed in with him. And he decided to step out of the line and decided not to go in early so that he could stay with her. Yeah, I don't know why either. But so panels, they would. You don't get to bring the whole family in with you, but if they have 2 kids with them, yes, please don't make their children go stand alone. But discretion, I guess, is the best thing when it comes to panels.
Yeah,
If
so
they have their
last
2
year we
children,
went-
fine. If they've got 6,
But usually
no.
the limit to like 1 person or something, but like it's kind of dependent, like.
I said it comes back to discretion. I mean, if they have their 2 children with them, yes.
Well, they're
If
just
they have
gonna save a
6
seat anyway.
Yeah.
If the VIP gets in first, they're just gonna save a seat for their friend anyway.
Actually, they're not. I say there's no saving receipts.
Yes.
We are.
Not if you stand up front and scream at them, trust me.
People with disabilities, those are sacrosanct and reserved.
Say that again.
Yes. You can, saving seats for people with disabilities, those are saved. Sacrosanct. Reserved. Wheelchairs.
Okay. So use your best judgment.
Yeah.
I also think that if you send the VIP in with a family of 6 behind them that don't, all the other VIPs in that area are going to be really ticked off. So use your best judgment. Rightfully so. Absolutely. Okay, if somebody asks you, how do I meet my favorite celebrity? What's the answer?
You don't.
What?
Go stand in line.
Stand in line. Where?
Celebrity
Celebrity Row at their booth. Okay, that's one place. Where's another place you can go?
Go by a photo.
No, not volunteers. The attendees. Chef.
Go by a photo op.
Go by a photo op, okay? You get right up and close next to them for like 30 seconds maximum.
Hey, 30 seconds ahead of them.
Actually, no, photo ops is down to 7 seconds now.
Somebody always says they go to the airport, and on Saturday, somebody said go to the hotel.
Volunteer and registration, they always seem to get to meet the celebrities.
In registration? Why do you get to meet the celebrities in registration?
I said volunteer and registration, they always seem to wander over and meet all the celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh, because you don't corral your volunteers very well. We seem to have a migration that by Saturday, for some reason, the
Everybody works for
celebrity area
celebrities.
has had an increase in volunteers. So we need to make sure that all the captains are keeping track of where their volunteers
And all
are.
of a sudden Emily has, 500 volunteers.
Right.
And Vendor Floor has 3.
But there ain't a line out of whack over in celebrities.
What are photo ops?
Chances to take pictures and take pictures with your favorite Comic-Con celebrities.
Okay. Yep. They print an 8x10 photo right there on site. To get it, they get to take the picture with them. It's really fast. I was quite impressed. And you have an opportunity to pay more money if you'd like a digital print as well. Anything else you guys? They're going to be different prices for different celebrities, and some of them will sell out, so it's best if people buy them in advance online.
Wasn't Chris Evans like sold out like
What is the drawing for the?
17 minutes, actually.
That was a rumor for that day. That was a rumor. There was no Chris Evans. Oh, you mean for the lottery?
When's the
I don't know when the lottery is. Do you guys know when the lottery is?
I don't.
They'll range anywhere from the cheapest around $40 up to $150.
Chris Evans is the first one I've ever seen at 150.
Well, and then if they have group photos, we've had group photos.
Group photos that were 150.
What about the health ones? I don't know.
I thought they were 60.
You can just look it up online.
Okay, so I bought a VIP ticket, and with that came a voucher to go towards a photo op. So I have like a credit. How do I redeem that? Anybody know? Okay, but then I run a risk of someone being sold out. So what's another way I could do it? You can do it online. You go online, and you have that. It's all so when you. Because you purchased everything through GrowTex and that you will be doing the photo op the same way, that credit is built right in. So when you go in, it knows you have a credit and it just goes towards whatever it is that you're going to purchase. That's why upgrades are possible. You can do it right on the website or in person if they haven't sold out. How early can I line up for my photo op? I'm so excited to see the Phelps twins. 15 minutes. Why only 15
I want to line up
minutes?
today.
Because you want them to enjoy the rest of the con and not create some big, huge, giant mess.
When we're done, if you guys want to, if you haven't looked at the layout that we have up here on the wall of the South Palace, make sure you look at that before you leave tonight. But that photo area is only so big. And so if we have people camping out there for 2 or 3 hours, it gets very unmanageable.
15 minutes before your photo op scheduled time or before the booth opens?
For the scheduled time.
For the scheduled time.
If you go there any sooner, they're just going to tell you to leave. And they go really fast. 15 minutes early is all you need to be there, and you're not in line for very long at all.
Can I give the wolf speech?
Give the wolf speech.
You actually want to be there 15 minutes before they start, because what they do is right before the celebrity is set to start, they go out and they check the line. And so if they only have 5 minutes worth of pictures, when that line's gone, the celebrity leaves. So wherever they go for a break or wherever. So if you come up and you're like, oh, well, it said it was from 1 to 1:30, but they were done at 1:05, you're out of luck because the celebrity will leave. But if you come any earlier, yes, they're going to throw you back out. But you actually want to be there 15 minutes ahead of time.
The other thing, question?
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the problems that we had at FanX last time was the lines, people showing up early, and one of the problems with the lines is people with physical disabilities, unable to maneuver their wheelchairs. If something like that happens, if you've got a person with a physical disability and they say, I can't stand in this line, gently guide them out, move them up. People go, oh, and you say, it's a person with a disability. Go get hit by a car, you'll be fine.
We have a separate disability line at photo ops, at autographs, and at all the panels as well. Yeah.
This is going towards new stuff. Do we have those signs yet? And
We
where are
just
they
talked
for
about
you
it
guys?
tonight, didn't we? The ADA sign.
The other thing is if in the area at the time, if they go to Wolf, you can't miss Wolf. He's huge. And we'll probably get your team a picture. If they go to Wolf, he will move them through the line.
As long as he knows.
Yeah, but they have to go to him and say, we have somebody back here, they need to move up, and he'll deal with it.
The other thing that Brian has been very, something that he feels very strongly about, is if any of our volunteers want to purchase a photo op, we want to make sure they have the opportunity to go get that photo op, even if they're scheduled to work with you right at that moment. So you're going to have volunteers that are going to be saying, I've got a photo op at 2:30, so you need to make sure they're over there by 2:15. When they get there, they need to know that they have to find Wolf.
Yes.
Who's the big black guy, big tall black guy. And Wolf will move them to the front of the line. So they're in, out, and back to their volunteer station. So you guys all need to be aware of that as well. Anything else?
So I just saw the lines going out into the rest of the area and blocking other things. So where would that end of that long line be directed? Are you planning for that?
We have more space this time than we did in January.
Yeah, it was
we were.
Well, and people would just create their own lines.
Especially with the new RDIS.
Trying to get them to
being able to
So I was over there.
Right, and there's
People are so excited. They come
early.
an hour before and then
So Emily's team, and we need the response team to know this as well. If you're over there helping, 15 minutes, the line doesn't start until 15 minutes before, sorry, we don't have a line for you right now. And some people will start their own line. And then when the real line forms, they'll be like, but we were already here. The answer is the official line started right now.
It's always good to ask, what are you line for?
Right. Right. And the bigger celebrities, you get a bigger, crazier crowd. And if it's Paul Wesley, it's unmanageable.
And so is Daryl.
Who's Paul Wesley?
Don't even worry
See? Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know who anybody is.
He was
Ask
little.
Maddie about the hoochie mamas from West Valley, from Magna.
Magna.
Okay. Oh my
Oh,
God.
but it was, don't even worry about it.
Did you really just say Gucci?
I did.
Yeah, we're
I've
broad-
not heard that in so long.
And
what
we're
they
broadcasting it, so
That's
everybody heard her.
Totally what they were.
They're like throwing their panties at the autograph table. It's ridiculous.
He's Vampire. He's Ian Somerville, his best friend. Vampire.
Yeah.
So we had one of them last time. Now we have the other one. So those same crazy girls from Magna will be back, I'm sure, for the Ian Somerville thing.
And Ivy
Right.
cannot
I'm gonna
wait.
stand there and I'm gonna wait for them to see me and then watch them be all like. Okay. Did we answer all that?
Good.
Oh, go back one. We forgot the airport thing.
Don't wait at the airport.
You cannot go to the freaking airport.
I was there this one.
For the
Except
for
Lisa,
the
we never wait at the airport for us.
For the Chris Evans photo op, they're going to do it a little different this time just because of the sheer volume of people. They're going to do groupings like when you go to the airport. So like Delta has, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Southwest has the same type of a thing. So people are going to be given groups, and the groups are going to have specific times. So they're going to be notified of their time, but also they'll have the option to get a text message or an email on their smartphone to remind them of when it's their group's time as well. Brand new, they're just trying it out with Chris Evans or possibly another big name yet to be announced.
Like Paul Wesley.
Like Paul Wesley.
How will they get-
It'll be Ian this year.
Will they get to choose how they get to which group, or is that something it's like?
It's done based on the time stamp of when they bought the photo op.
Oh, I thought it was how much they bribed Wolf.
No. No, it's all about timestamps.
When they bought it. Yep. Okay, that was the last thing I wanted to mention because it's a little different. See ya, Stan.
Sorry, just kidding.
Oh, where do they get a celebrity autograph? They can get it at their table. Every celebrity's got a table, and they're at their table all the time, unless they are at their panel, they are at their photo op, or they're taking a much-needed dinner break or something like
If
that.
anybody's looking for my autograph, I'll be up at the table and volunteer sometime.
Are they free?
Only $5.
Only $5?
It's a book.
That's a deal.
Are you gonna get your own days?
Right. You sign.
Are you gonna get your own comic cash made?
Maybe, yeah.
We need to work on
Check
that.
with the meeting room.
Meeting downstairs? Okay, next one. That's a great photo. Where can I get a schedule of everything that's
Can
happening
you
at
back
the
up one?
convention? Oh, yeah.
Are they gonna have a VIP and regular line for these tables?
Yes.
They do, yes.
Yes.
And they're very smart.
With tape.
Okay, what does that do for, we have a VIP line, now we've had a regular line, and now we have a disability access line.
The disability, what it is you're gonna have to communicate to the volunteer that's part of the line, and then they'll move them.
What we do, if the volunteer that'll be in charge of line control, they move them in with the VIPs.
Great, that'll work.
Okay. Where do I get a schedule for everything that's happened at the convention, Heidi? The official Comic-Con app, okay, where else?
Information booth.
Information booth will have printed copies, and there's one other location. The website. So much faster than the
Just go find
Saturday.
it.
Huh?
Or you can look on the big panel.
Big
That's
panels
true,
around the
too.
convention. There's 4. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dang it. Right. Go ahead. Do it again. Just kidding. How early can I line up for a panel? Oh, you have a question?
Just a question. In the rooms, we actually had a list of what was going on, so.
At the panel rooms?
We could actually just tell them.
You could.
We can do that.
You'll have that, yeah.
Which was very helpful. How early can I line up for a panel?
Before we go move on, when we had those, when I was in there,
They were wrong? I mean,
no, they weren't. Well, no, I mean, things change here and there, but, we gave those away like there was no tomorrow. So I went and made like literally 100 copies a day for my people, so,
We've been supplying them to the info booths too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody ever wanted to walk to the info booth because we were just standing right there and we had one.
Oh,
Can I have one of those? So I just learned. I don't know if you did this on the last one or not. It was just an idea.
just tape it to
We
the
did,
table.
keep having this printer issue thing every time.
We're hoping that doesn't happen this time with that new
I
IT
wonder,
team.
I wonder if more and more, because people have smartphones, we get to tell them to take a picture of it.
Yeah, I'm always amazed how many people
Well,
don't.
the schedule's actually on the smartphone, it's allocated live, so it's
Yeah.
actually
Right.
the most accurate.
The most accurate. Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes when you're in the car and your cell phone service, because so many people are using their cell phones,
Yeah.
so at the same time, they can't get online.
Right.
This is where you learn my favorite word, screenshot. Tell
It is
them.
her favorite word. I get like 20 from her a day.
Yeah, no, seriously. This is how I communicate is with screenshots of things. I don't actually talk. Tell them to screenshot it before they get in there. Once they get in there, is there Wi-Fi? Sure, somewhere. And if you can find it, let us all know because we're going to join you in that little spot. But
You gobble it all up.
absolutely, and we will steal it from you. So yeah, screenshot, and you'd be amazed how many of them in the like the heat of the moment won't think of it. And you'll be like, well, just take a screenshot before you get in there, and they're like, oh my God, you're the most brilliant person ever. Thank you. Which I am.
You are.
Absolutely.
Okay, how early can you line up for a panel? 1 hour. 1 hour for a panel. Unless it's the first panel of the day, then as soon as the Salt Palace opens, you can head on in. Okay, next. We already answered this with my friend Laura and earlier. Do we clear the panel rooms out after every panel? There's one, oh yes.
No, I think you were just going on just what I was about to say.
You can say
There was
instead.
there was one panel room you will clear out, and that's the Dr. Horrible sing-along. I remember you guys at the end of the,
Yes,
was
they did.
the Disneyland,
They paid for it.
yeah. So,
For the sing-along was paid, or are you talking about the Doctor
Yeah.
Who experience?
No, the Dr. Horrible, they had paid for their.
Yeah, Dr. Horrible was a paid event, and it was cleared.
Oh, okay, so if it's a paid
First, they'll
event.
clear them out because of the special lines.
I think
Yeah.
we're thinking of Doctor Who. I worked that. That was the paid event. The Doctor Horrible is the sing-along vlog at the very end of the event.
So the easy answer is if there's a paid event,
Yes.
the room gets cleared.
yeah.
There you go. Okay. Can I bring my camera? Can people bring their cameras? Yes, they just can't take a picture of any celebrity, any cosplayer, or any other attendee without first getting permission from that person to take that photo. And that includes standing near the celebrity booths, taking a selfie.
There will be security people
Yeah,
there
no
that will
stop
take
there.
your phone and delete it. It's often.
Luke Ferrigno gets angry.
Lou, I've heard he does. Look for it now. Yeah,
We
what are
would
we
like
gonna
to
say?
know exactly.
How do you know that, Chris? Did you water away from registration over there to do that?
I was actually talking to him and somebody came and took a shot and he turned around and yelled at him. So I saw him getting.
And here's the coolest one, Stanley doesn't give a damn.
I know.
Yes.
Those exact words too. I don't give a damn. Let him take a damn.
What question are
Stanley, he doesn't care.
There was a lot of that, nobody was stopping people taking pictures at all.
We're getting better. We're getting better.
Okay.
Heidi's got some people that are going to be specifically monitoring for that. Did I say Heidi? I meant to say
Emily.
Emily.
Hey,
Thank
Ivy,
you.
are you busy?
What? Somebody else had something. Heidi, did you have? It was because Heidi was right there.
We all just got
Nobody got past
jumped to that great big poster and put it all over.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
They're like, this little small person is.
Can we bring books and posters? Can they bring books and posters? Absolutely. If they take them to go sign, at that point, they consider it memorabilia, and a lot of times they'll charge more for that autograph.
Sometimes it's as much as $15 more.
Right.
Have them on top of the autograph.
And that includes your photo op. If you get a photo op and then you go back to their booth later to get a signature, volunteer, they're gonna charge more on top of the normal auto
It depends on the celebrity though.
Right.
It does, absolutely.
Some celebrities are really nice and let you take pictures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not all of them.
Not all, no.
Okay. Can people bring in backpacks and purses?
Yes.
Well, we
Yes,
better hope so.
but-
I'll be at the hotel.
Subject to search. There was no safety people here. I got confused when I thought you were safety, but you're not. Okay.
Who's doing the search? Is that safety?
It is safety, yes.
Yes.
With the searches, is there gonna be set up for that with people coming in?
Yeah.
Cause I've never seen that happen before.
At the door, safety does that.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Are there lockers? No lockers. Is there a coat check? No.
For volunteers.
No,
For
not this time.
volunteers, okay. So in January, we had coat check for the public. This time we will not. There is a, do you want to explain how that works in Volunteer Central for people that are too cold in the morning and bring a coat?
Yeah, we're
with
gonna
them?
burn it in a bonfire. So when you come back and it's not there. So when you go to Volunteer Central, 260 can be cut in half with a wall. So we'll be closing off that wall and your stuff will be in another room. You're not allowed to go in there and neither is anybody else. That way I don't have to deal with, well, my stuff was in here. You know, with only 2 people access to that room, it'll narrow it down really quickly. Who took it? So-
They're both in the
But
center like
we
this.
ask that you please encourage your people to not bring stuff with them.
Right.
Because we are technically not responsible for lost goods. And, yeah, if they don't need to bring anything safe from home, that would be great.
Okay. We already answered this one. Yes, but good luck. Okay. Are there charging stations?
I wish.
Yes. Yes.
So X96 did it in January, or there's outlets along the wall, but this time there's a new thing with Verizon instead of X96.
Yeah, Verizon's going to have, at the last email that went through, 5 charging stations set up at different spots throughout the convention, where X96 just had the great big stash of couches covered in teenagers.
Trying to move the kids out of the way of the line.
Yeah, right? So Verizon's gonna have charging stations, and there's going to be 5 of them.
The other thing, one of our info booth managers on Saturday said he is going to do his best to have power strips at each info booth. So if you needed a quick charge somewhere, or your volunteer does, your closest info booth may be a solution.
And we highly recommend everybody in this room buy an O-Maker.
We wish you had one here to show.
They're a power bank you can get on Amazon. It'll charge your phone like 6 times before it dies.
They're pretty massive.
Sell at Costco if you got a Costco card.
They sell them at Costco?
And they have them at
It's
Sam's,
not
they have them at Sam's too. It's 2 for $30.
Yep. Same price.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, or smaller ones. These are way cheap.
What is it called? L-maker?
O-Maker.
O-Maker.
And right now they're $21 or $22 on Amazon.
I think it's
Well, you go to
22.
Costco, if you got a Costco membership, it's $29.99 right now, or Sam's too.
There you go. Okay, moving on. Can people bring in outside food?
No.
No.
Unless it's for medical.
Okay, we have exceptions. If people have a medical reason or a food sensitivity, or they have a toddler, or, formula, that kind of thing. There were some problems a couple of events ago where we had some volunteers taking food away from people and throwing it away. You can imagine the complaints that came in on that one.
Does that fall along with the do not touch?
Right,
Right.
right. So we don't do that. Now, if they've got like a small snack in their personal belongings, they got a small snack in their, but if they're bringing in like a cooler and then another big box of treats or something, that's when we say, sorry, you can't bring that in. But small incidental things, just let us know. That's right. You can't see it, you don't know about it. Great. Okay, can people bring in their dogs?
Yes.
Service dogs. What about those people that pretend it's a service dog?
It doesn't matter.
So they have to be on a leash. If they're not behaving like a service dog, meaning they're barking or running around or being aggressive, that's not a service dog. They haven't been trained. And they need to be wearing their official identification.
They actually don't.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not, it's illegal to throw someone out.
But they have to have the paperwork if they don't have it.
They actually
They
don't.
don't?
Nope.
You cannot
There is
turn
no
them.
verification
Costco just
required
got
for a
sued.
service dog.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
Sorry, ADA lawyer, sorry.
Then let me tell you,
People do.
Now,
let me
there's a
tell
difference
you.
between a service dog and an emotional support animal.
that means we need to correct what's on our Comic Con website, because our website, this is word for word off of our website.
Yeah.
In the housing industry, they have to have paperwork, but not.
Housing
Yeah.
industry, they do?
Yes, to prove that you have a dog in an apartment that says no pets, that's what you do the same.
Companion or service.
Yes.
So do you guys want to work with Lana to get that wording changed on the website?
We will change the wording, and I will tell you this, if in doubt, if somebody has a dog that's acting out or anything like that, and you say, please take the dog outside, and they're not behaving themselves, get on the phone, call programming, have them call me, I will come and explain it to them very politely, and then very neutrally, and then not politely at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on getting ADA their own channel.
On the radio?
Yes.
And they'll also be on the captain list. That one page sheet I told you about,
Sheet and
you'll be listed. Yep.
I'm very good at explaining the reasons why this is not allowed.
We love it.
And if you can't get John, can't get John, you know, it's gonna be animals.
Okay. Anybody now? Bring you around. I love that answer. The Salt Palace has a few. They can call, it's probably best for them to call in advance, because if you're expecting to get one, oh yeah.
Actually, I looked it up today.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually even a little more complicated. They actually have the scooters and wheelchairs now, but there's a form that you print off the voluntary days. That's why I know this. Actually looked it up. So there's a form they need to, that they should, or they recommend that they print out and fill out and then fax back, and there's a fax number on it. And I will be perfectly honest, they are not inexpensive at all. They are pretty pricey to rent. They're welcome to call the number and go there the day of, but since they have such a limited supply, even they'll tell you it's really, really difficult to get them the day of the convention.
Now,
Almost impossible.
Okay, add my other comment on this one. The Americans with Disabilities Act specifically says that organizations such as this are not required to provide personal items, which is like glasses or hearing aids or wheelchairs. So if somebody says, well, the ADA, you're supposed to provide me with a wheelchair, call me, call John, we will come and explain it very nicely to them and show them where they can get one themselves. But just if you just show them where they get one, if they complain, just call one of us.
I have a question for John. On the captain sheet, do we put, because we're gonna put your phone number, do we want to write the side text only?
You just put it to text me. And I'm also gonna have a person with a radio with me, so.
So people can text John or not put his phone number on the sheet?
No, they can text.
We'll just make sure we put on it
Yeah,
text
text.
only so people know. Okay.
But you also have the radio is what he's saying with the person.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There will be someone with him with the
Oh,
radio
okay,
so they can
either way,
radio him
either
as
way.
well.
We don't need to designate that. Okay. Hey, do you want to answer this one?
Yes.
How do they request you?
Well, we're still working on that one.
This is what our website says.
We're gonna change this a little bit because we had a lot of people at registration. So we're gonna have some registration place by the South Ballroom, and somewhere around Celebrity Row, we're gonna have a booth there that you can funnel deaf people towards those areas to sign up. Prior to that though, we are working on collecting that information. It's always best to get that information beforehand, so we're gonna put it on a website. There's gonna be an email. Am I understanding this correctly, or is this what we're?
Yeah, they just need, there's gonna be a form on the website that they fill out, based on what you guys want.
Yeah, and so they'll be able to register for that beforehand, but we also will have people, if you have a deaf person who wants an interpreter and they say, hey, I want to go talk with this vendor, I want to negotiate the price of the sword, have them come to one of the booths, we'll set up a time, we'll send an interpreter with them to do that. We did it last time, it was awesome. We have
One of the information booths.
One of the information booths, so we'll set up a time for them to go, and we have interpreters who are like the Chris Evans level interpreters, and then we have a lot of volunteers who are level 1 interpreters and who want the opportunity, and one-on-one is a perfect opportunity for them to go. If they want to get a photo op, we have interpreters who can go with the photo ops. We have them coming out of the woodwork right now. So
And the main ballroom will always have interpreters, and then some of the other rooms will be just as requested.
Skylar?
Are they still looking for volunteers for interpreting, or are they?
If you know someone that's certified, we'd love to have them. You have to have a certification to interpret. Bring it on. We'd love to talk to them.
Okay, we're down to the last few slides here. Where's Lost and Found?
Thank you.
I was about to ask if you were getting tired yet.
You've got till 9 o'clock. You've got 25 minutes to go.
Come here.
I don't have a certification.
You're just certified.
Certified.
Certified, kind of certified, yeah, well. Okay, Lost and Found. Where do we find Lost and Found?
The last time it was at the main info booth, and then we transferred it to the South Palace at the end of the day.
Perfect. So take it to your nearest information booth. And if somebody has something missing, they can go to the nearest information booth and they can help coordinate that for them. Or if it's been missing for a long period of time, that phone number is also on our website. They can call the Salt Palace directly, because like you said, at the end of each day. Yes?
With there being multiple information booths, is there a main information booth where the lost and found will end up?
That's, yeah, usually the info booths would take it to the main one. We were over.
The main one's in the vendor floor, right?
It's in the L bend of the vendor floor.
Yeah.
We did have a thing in the ballroom where somebody left a bag. If you see something suspicious, like a bag just sitting there somewhere, just let security know or around here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and call you from my hotel.
Okay,
There may
next.
be a bomb in the ballroom. I'll be back in an hour.
We have designated smoking areas.
No. Yes, we do.
Outside. Okay, I'm gonna put my health department hat on for a minute. We have people coming in from other states for a convention that may not be familiar with the Utah Indoor Clean Air Act. And with the increased popularity of electronic cigarettes and vaping, they may not be familiar that those products are also included in our Indoor Clean Air Act. So you may find yourself politely letting somebody know, hey, in Utah, you're not allowed to vape indoors. You'll need to go ahead and do that outside. And outside the Indoor Clean Air Act.
What about people from Colorado who are not quite vaping?
It's still smoke.
We have a different kind.
Still smoke. And what have you got against people from Washington? Okay.
Yes, but Colorado is adjacent.
Okay. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say that when they're outside, the Indoor Clean Air Act is within 25 feet of a door, a window, or an air intake. Either of those.
Pretty much everything inside of the building is a door, window, or anything, so it's in the middle of the road anywhere you're at.
25 feet.
What if
You can tell them to scan it in and out.
They have to scan in and out for each smoke break. Yep, you must scan in and out every time.
And have their back checked every time they go
Right.
back in.
Yeah. Jay and Steve sat here and told a story about some people that they saw so much going in and out for smoke breaks that they decided that Steve and Jay were their own personal celebrities and wanted to get a photo taken with them and stuff like that.
At FanX this last time, behind where they had little pizza carts, remember those food stations against the wall, a lot of people were just opening the doors themselves and then just grabbing whatever chair and sitting out there and smoking, just with the door being open. So
We need to shut the
there
door.
needs to be probably more people on that to make sure no one can.
Yeah. If you see something, politely remedy the situation. They left the door propped open so they could get back in. That's the problem.
We saw that things, big companies right next to the doors.
Yeah, that's not good.
There was a lot of people popped up.
There is.
Outside the smoking.
In the L bend, there is a designated smoking area that has been determined this is a designated smoking area on the loading dock side. So in some respects, but we do need to, hey, we need to have that door shut or, go a little bit away from the top of the door if you're coming back in. It's a challenge. Okay, so you guys are familiar with when I work. We want to go over just really quickly some of the check-in, check-out procedures. Every volunteer, go ahead and do the next one. When they get there, they're going to need to check in, either through Volunteer Central. And Laura says she's totally fine if they've got it on the phone and they're just like, hey, Laura, I checked in, and then they're on their way, right? They need to check out at the end of the day as well. Last convention, we had some volunteers say that when they got there, their manager said, oh, don't worry about checking in. It's just so busy. Just get downstairs. Just get downstairs. Don't do it. You can take the whole walking 30 seconds it takes to to make sure you check in each day.
And the reason for that being is when you show up as a no call, no show, we're not gonna be as forgiving this time as we were last time.
Right.
Yeah.
Managers, they have the ability to check in or check out their own employees, or is it each
We
employee's?
can, I just have to give you manager privileges, and that does get a little nerve wracking to me.
Okay, I was curious.
It's just
If I
easier.
can go to the store, I can ask them, hey, check in, no, I can check in right then.
Yeah, she's gonna move on.
So we're gonna have a checks and balances kind of thing. Next slide. Every captain, when you get there every day, you're gonna stop in Volunteer Central and you're gonna see Laura, and she's gonna give you a list of all the people who are working with you that day. Now, granted, some people multiple captains may have a similar sheet. So what you're going to do with that paper is when your volunteer arrives, you're gonna check, yep, they made it. And you're gonna note the time, they made it, they got here at this time. When they leave, same thing. When they go on break, you're gonna make a notation, they went on break at this time, and when they come back 3 hours later, you're gonna note that they really messed up and took a 3-hour long break. And then you're gonna turn those in at the end of every day, because we have situations where people check in on when I work, but they never show up where they're supposed to be, and then on Saturday, we have 500 people over in the celebrity area. And we want to make sure that we get this feedback from all the captains. So when they apply for the next event, we know, oh, no, this person, let's give somebody else an opportunity instead. Did you want to say something else about that? Okay. Question?
I don't know if this is related to this, but it's about some of the volunteers. When we have a couple of volunteers on ours that are pretty much just sticking around each other and flirting, and that they're dating, is there something that we want to do about that so that they...
You call me, because I can deal with that.
We had an issue last year, that's FanX.
And if you try to talk to them and it doesn't work, run it up the chain.
Yeah.
The next level.
Okay,
I had an
over
issue.
here and you over here.
I say, to be
Oh, I did
honest,
that.
we have a couple that I know that we cannot put together for that reason. And so people will be like, hey, we'll put them here. I'm like, no, this one could go over here, but that one's not going over there. So yeah, some of them are just super friendly, and that's awesome.
But you can't touch them.
I just say, but we have a really, really specific no touching, and that means even each other. So yeah, just kind of call. We'll kindly split them up and explain to them that after hours they can touch each other all they want, but at the convention there is absolutely no touching.
There's one small thing. We've actually had people in panel rooms want to hug our volunteers. It's totally up to the volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if you see us hugging any of the people, it's cultural.
Oh, yeah.
People culturally hug each other. And how you get a deaf person's attention is to go like this.
I
So
can
it's
never
cul-
be deaf.
It's cultural.
Remind me. Remind me.
Erica's
I can never be deaf.
Okay, couple of, go ahead.
So on that, you have every right to go and talk to them because you're their direct manager. To say, guys, I understand that we're, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever it is. It could be that they're just best friends and like to talk, whatever the reason, or they have a bathroom issue for every 10 minutes, they need to go see Chris Evans at the bathroom and come back. You have every right to talk to these people and say, okay, we need to correct the behavior because, you are on con time and we have guests that are needing your attention right now. If that doesn't work, then you go to your manager. If that doesn't work, then they're gonna bring it to our attention and we can deal with the person however we choose to deal with it.
If you don't want to talk to the person, you don't want to deal with it, that's fine too. Just come to the manager because we have the ability to reassign them. So it's simple. It's an easy fix.
Yeah, but they usually have the volunteer central with me.
Yeah.
All I know is I had an issue last time, and me talking to them didn't really
I'll walk
work,
them right
and
there.
the manager talking to them didn't really work either, so.
And that's where we just,
The reason it didn't work is because one of them was the brother of somebody's.
Yeah, it was fun.
Moving on. Okay.
This is where we
Volunteer
evaluate the huggers.
Right. So here's another thing that we're going to make sure that we do very well this time. Like I said, every event we get a little bit better. The When I Work system has a ranking system. Who all can input on that?
Anybody with supervisor or above.
So is that managers or captains?
All the managers or supervisors, captains are just employees.
So what we're going to want from you guys is you can do this each day if you want, or at the end, because you have some people that are only going to volunteer one day, not all 3 days. We want to know what kind of a ranking you want to give this person. It's a 5-star system, so out of 5 stars. Would you recommend this person returns to our next event? Or would you recommend that they do not? If you recommend that they do not, please give us some reason why and write that down. And then is this person captain material? Are they so good that we want to consider them for a captain role down the road? We would like to have all that information so that way as we move forward, we're able to make more informed decisions. Brian also encourages people, if they have LinkedIn accounts, to add him on your LinkedIn and to do that with your volunteers. And if they want to have recommendations or you feel so inclined to write a recommendation for them, please do so. Okay. Now, any last questions? Yes, sir.
I was just gonna say, I found out today that registration will have, kind of like how they had an impromptu one last year, an actual dedicated problem-solving area that if people are having problems with the wristbands or they're angry about something, like maybe they're purchasing, whatever, they have something that works with the rotates that has direct contact with their database system, so they can direct them to registration, and his name's Robin, will take care of them there, so that way people aren't going.
Huh? Did you find out if they're dedicating somebody, is that at registration or in celebrity area, or they're gonna have one in each area?
It's just gonna be a registration.
When you go back, when you went to celebrity area too, I think Emily, not Heidi, is having that discussion or started it. Thanks. We'll stay late for any extra questions. Take a look at the floor layout. If you have questions about the floor layout, Marshall knows all about it.